before you buy mika pressure cooker. This is what I'm talking about. Mika pressure cooker that you can make broth, meat stew, beans, chicken, egg. You can actually slow cook, you can saute, you can keep warm, you can make rice, biryani, porridge, steam, cake. You can do all that. So I want to answer your question as to whether it is worth it or you skip it. This is going to be a series of the gadgets I already have in my house. I share my experience, how it has served me, whether it is something that is worth it or you need to skip it before you make the same mistake I did. Our first gadget will obviously be mika pressure cooker, and the reason I'm starting with it is because I received 2 comments from Dennis. One, the first comment, he asked, how big is this pressure cooker? You can see it is a 6-liter pressure cooker. So this is the video. I use my electric pressure cooker to batch cook within 3 hours. So let me batch cook with you for this month, and I will show you the timings that I used for the different foodstuffs. So the second question he asked, can you do a video of you cooking githeri with it? Of course, your wish is my command, and if you have any other requests, you can drop them in the comment section down below. Let's get to the beginning. First, you have to select your ingredients so that when you're cooking, you cook clean ingredients. Here, I'm just getting the maize clean. The beans were clean and I had soaked them before. You need to soak your beans at least 24 hours before you cook so that you can help manage the gas. It reduces the bloating, by the way. Try it and let me know. I hear also you can add a carrot. Who has ever tried? I'd also love to know. I've not tried and confirmed that it actually works, but I would love to hear from someone who has tried it out. Okay, so one thing I love about cooking githeri is because githeri is my favorite meal. So when the request came, I was more than happy to prepare this meal. So I have my white butter beans and my maize. So using this gadget is very easy. You just put water in the pot, then you add your ingredients. Easy peasy. Can you imagine? It doesn't have a whole use system that you need to understand. You just need to use it that way. And of course, there's a manual that will help you in any other way. Okay? So, to get us started, we need to add the beans and we need to add the maize to the pot. Let me say about this pot, the biggest challenge I've had so far is the timing, because I'm yet to perfect the timing. I guess it's because I don't monitor closely, but I am yet to hack it. But you know what? It also allows you to have trial and error, and that's why sometimes I cook well, sometimes I overcook. But this is a worthwhile purchase. And Dennis, here is your meal, the one you requested. This is the maize I had in the house. That's why I chose to use this one. I would have preferred darker ones so that at least they don't look like white githeri. But well, we make do. Let me know your experience with a pressure cooker if you already have one, or perhaps if you're desiring to buy one. So before you buy a pressure cooker, you need to ask yourself these few questions. Number 1, do you actually need it? For instance, if you live in the village and you have firewood or the jiko, or you cannot afford it, you don't have to stress over it, because you know what, it's not for everybody. So for me, the reason I decided to buy it is because I like batch cooking. And for instance, now I'm going to cook githeri as requested by Dennis. Okay, yeah, so it works for me for batch cooking because I don't have much time to do lots of batch cooking, like light a jiko and then spend my whole afternoon cooking. For me, within 4 hours with this pressure cooker, I'm done and dusted. It will make me beans, githeri, soup. The list is endless. Meat, chicken, eggs. You can do rice, biryani, porridge, steam, cake. You can also delay cooking. You can slow cook. You can saute. You can keep warm. So you're spoiled for choice. So for me, that's a tick. Yeah, so for me, that's basically it. Number 2, the question you ask yourself is, do you need a manual or electric pressure cooker? That is how it looks when it makes that sound. Yeah, so you sure you use it on gas? It depends. 2 things I looked at. One, for the pressure cooker, which is manual, I would still need all the time to cook. It's just like cooking with I'm going to use that beans option, and I'm going to make it 10 minutes or 8 minutes. 8 minutes. And after 8 minutes, we'll see whether it is ready. Okay, so the second thing is you use, for me, why I chose electric is because it takes less time, and it's okay, it's a slight consumer of electricity, but I need more time than saving electricity. Okay, and it is easy to control timing, because if I want to turn it off as soon as it's cooked, I can. And for the manual, you have to wait for it to cool down. So this one gives you flexibility. I have done a full review previously, so you can check it out. It doesn't have a process of how to set it up and make it. As you've seen, you just pick the pot, put water, place it on the hot plate, put your food, cover. It doesn't have a process, so you don't need a manual to tell you how it works. You actually need a manual to guide you on how to use it effectively. Yes. Well, the other thing is quality. I've never used a Mika product before. This was my first, and I've had it since 2022. No regrets. So I would say it's good quality. Why am I saying it's good quality? Previously, I bought a pressure cooker at Kamukunji. For Kenyans, you know, Kamukunji is that market around town. And what happened to that pressure cooker? This is the proof that was left. I put a timer, but it burned. You see, actually it was funny. So it burned behind my counter, and then it was so funny. I went to shower. By the time I came back, this part was slanting. So what I would recommend is, don't buy a pressure cooker from Kamukunji. I learned the hard way. It was 5,000. This is currently retailing at 12,000. So you can imagine that is 5,000 going to waste. Maintenance, it's maintenance free. Just keep it clean and use it the right way. Don't put too much water. Don't put excess food. Just use it the right way. Price. If you ask me, it depends on your financial capacity. So I don't want to talk more about price, but based on the price I paid for it, in my opinion, it was worth it, because it has served me since 2022. No complaints. The only incident I have is I lost this thing, and the problem I encountered is that it costed me 1,500 to replace, and then after some time I found the one that had been lost. So that's the only downside. You can see the spare is quite expensive. Yeah, so my final verdict is, should you buy a pressure cooker, a Mika pressure cooker? Yes, I would recommend. We have over 2 years relationship and it is working. 2, it will save you a lot of time because I batch cook in hours. It will boil my maize, my beans, my black beans. The only one that takes time, which is about 30 minutes, is black beans, but everything else falls below 15 minutes. Yeah, then you should be okay because it's easy to operate. You just need to understand timings. I shared the disadvantages of you can't stop it at some point to maybe add something. So that is the only one, and that does not fall on Mika. It falls on all the pressure cookers. Yeah, it's, if you want electric convenience, then you can buy the Mika pressure cooker. If you want to cook food that retains nutrients, this is your go-to. Yeah, so if you've used a Mika pressure cooker, drop your experience in the comments. And if you are considering buying, don't hesitate. Over 2 years down the line, I'm still in love. This Mika isn't exciting, it's practical, and this is exactly what you need. If this has helped you, like the video, share with someone who would be interested to know more about pressure cookers, and especially someone considering to buy Mika pressure cooker, and subscribe for more ask before you buy so you don't regret your next purchase. I'll be sharing the things that I have in my house. Along the way, maybe there will be unboxing, but let's work with what we already have in the house. Let me know what you think about this new segment and whether we should continue, and put in your request. For those who have been following for a while, you actually know some of my gadgets, so you can drop your question or your request in the comments down below. So if you want to remove pressure, you turn this to the side and then the pressure comes out. The reason it's not coming out is because the pressure cooker has already cooled off, and now I can safely open. Let's see if 8 minutes was sufficient for the beans. Obviously not, so we give them another. They are actually completely, they are raw, so we need to give them another like 10 minutes. So the downside of an electric pressure cooker, not just Mika, is that you take time to understand how long specific foods take to cook. So you find yourself in such situations. But to be honest, it's still a worthwhile purchase. The best thing about it, it will tell you when there is a problem. Like you can see. So you can see it's showing you the lid is open. Now it's okay. You cancel. Since it says so raw, we're going to give it 10 minutes. Yeah. So let's see if after 18 minutes our githeri is ready. So first thing, ensure there's no pressure and then open the lid. Okay, so let's see. So they look so faded. Let's start with the beans. Actually, you can see they are cooked, they're broken. Okay, yeah, so Another good thing about a pressure cooker, I actually had forgotten about the githeri was cooking. I left for the car wash, and then when I came back, it was still hot. I just added water and added the thyme, and voila. If it was in a cooking pot, it would have maybe backfired, but it is perfect. You can see that. Yes.